cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
I flex with you.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, back in this thing. It's like cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledgeito you're not finna get in nobody's collegeito. Make sure you hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that like, hit that hype, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that share button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure you tap in. Leave a comment because we're going back to the chili giveaway. So when we get to 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we pick the best comment between now and 31,000 subscribers. We're going to give you some chili, big dog. So it's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. Once we get 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we let y'all know an exact date and exact time that we will be doing a live to give away that money. You got Cash App, you got Apple Pay, you got Zelle, you got Venmo. Don't worry about it. We're going to make sure you get that chili. Make sure you hit that like button, that comment, that good subscribe button. TNN Trap News Network. We taking it back to the basics, man. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We shouldn't jump right into this content, man. Hood War Stories giving us a story of Indian Red Boy. For those of y'all who don't know, Indian Red Boy was unalived on Instagram Live. He was talking trash about what his homies or what his enemies weren't gonna do to him, and they took that as a opportunity to do it to him. So that actually happened, and that was an ugly, tricky, Mickey, Vicky, sticky situation. God bless the dead. Hopefully that his soul has found peace. I'm finna slide to the gym and I can't find my left boxing glove, which is kind of irritating. But we finna jump into this content. I don't know further do's and don'ts, man. Indian Red Boy, the story of, brought to you by Hood War Stories. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Zarel Rivera was born February 14th in the year 2001. He was primarily raised by his mother, who was a blood herself. She kept her kids flamed up, so it was almost destined for Zarel to become a blood later down the line. He grew up in Long Beach and was known as a bad kid that would get into mischief. Besides the troublemaking, he was into video games, music, and collecting shoes.
It's crazy when parents put their kids into gangbanging. That is wild. When it's like you're raised to be a gang member, like your parent didn't learn anything.
He played basketball at Jordan High in North Long Beach, and at that point wasn't heavily involved in the gang world. Shortly after high school,
wait, so this nigga's not even from Inglewood? He's from Long Beach? What the hell?
He started going to the studio hoping someone would give him a shot. As soon as he started making headway, he would lose his mother. From then on, he had to help his younger siblings a lot more. The loss of his mother left a hole in him, and he was never the same after that. He turned to the streets for comfort, where he found the sense of family he had been searching for. He joined the Hollywood Pyrus and started...
Well, it seemed like he don't even need to be a gangbanger. That boy needed some therapy. Like, gangbanging didn't even seem like something he had to do.
Banging it to the fullest. The Hollywood Pyrus are a small set located on the east side of Compton. They're one of the least liked sets amongst other blood gangs, and have a reputation of backdooring their own members. Zarel was with them for a brief period and was banging the set hard during his tenure. As time went on, problems began to surface. Zarel claimed members from his own set were against him, leaving him unsure who to trust. He eventually left Hollywood and made the move to the Centinela Park families in Inglewood. The transition was seamless, considering he was already tied with Capone from families. Capone was an established member from families. He was young, active, and quickly climbing the ranks. Although hood hopping is common, it's still generally looked down upon. Nonetheless, Zarel left Hollywood on his own terms. He was Indian Red Boy now. When Hollywood members or rival Crips would give him flack, Capone would quickly come to his defense.
I was, but on Blood Gang, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. But don't even explain yourself to them niggas, blood. He's from F Street now, blood. They ain't homies, nigga. It don't matter. Say, he ain't do nothing yeenus on blood. He ain't do nothing yeenus on blood, so it don't matter. IFG. It don't matter, blood on the set. You gotta explain yourself. Niggas ain't finna worry about the same niggas that still
Are they at the laundry bag? Are they taking a field trip to go wash clothes?
turning down things to this day. IFG. Grown niggas, what I keep telling niggas come get a face. Blood's not worried about them niggas.
The families embraced Indian Red Boy, and it was...
See, here go the thing, though. This is where the online popping it kind of start. You know, you saying on this, on that, you're kind of not worried about them people. You should be worried. Everybody should have a healthy fear. This whole, like, I ain't scared of nothing thing. I ain't scared of nothing culture gotta go. This whole thing should be like a healthy fear. A healthy fear.
It's evident this new chapter was a better fit for him.
Is this that little nigga from CPF named, what they call you, cuz? What they call you, cuz? What they call you, cuz? What they call you, cuz?
Okay.
He remained present and ready to handle whatever was asked of him, earning his stripes and respect from fellow gang members.
I
remember when this happened. Top of the
top. Wake up this morning to this bullshit. That's how y'all really feel. Y'all want to disrespect the dead. That's how y'all really feel, huh? Capone, huh? Capone. Yeah. Wall banging Capone, okay. Baby Capone, that's what your name is, cuz. Baby Capone. That's how y'all doing it. Y'all come over wall banging cuz, crossing out the dead homie cuz. Come on. Find your homie Capone, cuz. That's some weirdo. Come on, cuz.
Capone received significant backlash, both from his immediate rivals and more prominently from fans of Nipsey. But instead of backtracking, Capone stood on what he did and basically told anyone to come get it.
Blood, I'm not tripping. You know me, blood. You know I'm dangerous. Oh, kills. You know I'm dangerous. Hey, Red Demon over there.
It was evident.
See all that, I'm dangerous. That's what got your homie smoked, bro. Because niggas assumed you to be dangerous because the person who got up on your homie had a healthy fear of life. So he was like, oh, they dangerous? They over here maneuvering like this. They over here acting like this. They over here doing this. They doing that. All right, bet. So let me stay dangerous too and shoot before I get shot. It's a treacherous way of looking at it, bro.
That he relished the spotlight. With these new eyes on him, many of the public got their first look at Indian Red Boy, who made several appearances in Capone's stories and lives. Fast forward a month and a half later, on July 8, 2021, Indian Red Boy was on Instagram Live with Capone, seated in his car in the rear parking area of his...
Sitting in his car in his apartment complex on Instagram Live, talking about who gonna do something, who ain't gonna do nothing. You got smoked on Instagram Live
building.
In front of your homie.
Eerily, they were discussing being caught off guard, with Indian Red Boy asking Capone what he would do if enemies boxed him in without a gun.
Like, you ain't got nothing on you right now. What would you do, fool?
They laughed it off. Then his eyes looked up and he saw death staring him right in the face. It was at that moment when a black male rushed up to the driver's side window and unloaded a barrage of bullets. Indian Red Boy was hit multiple times and died in the driver's seat on Instagram Live. The live clip went viral, and viewers were shocked at how cold and brazen the murder was. When police arrived, they found Red Boy's car window riddled with bullet holes. They also found a gun on his lap. When news of the murder circulated, there was a flurry of theories as to why it happened. The main theory was that it was revenge for the defacing of Nipsey's mural. The second theory was that his old set Hollywood was behind the murder, and that a girl had set him up. There was some OGs from Hollywood he had friction with, which led to his departure from that set. Despite growing chatter, they swiftly denied any involvement in Indian Red Boy's murder.
So the Hollywoods make it clear that they didn't have nothing to do with it. They're saying rest in peace, but that didn't have nothing to do with them, which actually comes out to be true. I ain't gonna say who it did have something to do with because they may not bring it up, but it definitely was not the Hollywoods who did it. But Indian Red Boy had made some powerful new enemies within the South Central streets that I don't think that he was too aware of, considering the fact that he's from Long Beach. You feel me? And then you started hanging out with your homie, and it didn't really seem like your homie quite fully explained to you what these LA streets is like versus these Long Beach and Compton streets is like. Not to say that one is worse than the other, but they're all very different. And, you know, when it comes to this LA shit, on this West Side shit, it's allies, it's enemies is allies, and it's a whole lot of backdooring going on where your allies can get your enemies to do you. That all being said, man, God bless the dead. If you ain't dead, so hit that like and that hype button. Let's keep going.
The idea that he may have been set up was still a strong possibility. Given that he was parked in a restricted area away from the street, it indicated that access may have required someone to open the gate for the gunman. There was tons of speculation, but one thing was
the gunman could have just hit the fence. Easy call.
For certain. Whoever the shooter was, it wasn't his first time killing. After his death, individuals from various hoods across the city made light of his passing.
What'd he say? Hawthorne! Yeah, that's that Hawthorne pack. You know we sending you niggas. Hold on. What'd he say? What'd he say? Y'all box, man. Shit.
See, here go the thing though. When you talking trash online and you whacking out the ops and you whacking out people's murals and all that, it's gonna be hard for anybody to have any kind of sympathy for you, bro.
Blood, where you at? Where you at, blood? Where you at, blood? Hold on. Oh,
Days after Red Boy's passing, the game dropped a few bars on Instagram Live, which many felt to be directed at Indian Red Boy.
all white Air Force Ones. Niggas coming through the hood with them Air Force guns. We got more Drakes than the Billboard. Disrespecting Nipsey. Let's get killed for it. We not gonna stand for the disrespect. Get this 45 barrel pressed against your neck.
He received immediate backlash from the Inglewood families, who took offense to it. The next day, the game made an effort to set the record straight, hoping to de-escalate the matter.
Situation that was brought to my attention this morning by the homies, by a gang of homies. In my DMs, is upset, feel away. I get it. Understand that I mean no disrespect, meant no disrespect to no Pyrus, no Bloods, no LA, no gangbangers, period. But speaking on the the Indian Red Boy situation, number one, R.I.P. to the homie. Love to his whole family, his immediate family, his close homies, the whole Inglewood family, blood card, and it's all the Pyrus, Damus across the world, period. Anybody felt a certain way or felt disrespected by, what I said, number one, I've been wrote in bars and bars, been in my phone since like May or April. And, yesterday I decided to put them, put this out on the live, bad timing on my behalf. I feel, they feel, like I disrespected somebody.
Here go the thing though. Empathy is one where empathy has not been given. Sympathy and understanding is one where sympathy and understanding hasn't been given. Nothing against the game, shout out to the game. But I'm saying for us just being on the outside looking in, you're telling me a story about how a young man who seemingly came from Long Beach, went to Compton, went to LA, is kind of like finding his way into gangbanging when he didn't have to. His homies is extra disrespectful, crossing out dead people's murals and blah, blah, blah it is. But then when he's doing it, he stands on the disrespect. And I ain't saying that he shouldn't because he's a blood and his direct rivals are the Rolling 60s. So if he, decides to deface a mural of a Rolling 60, that's not the most shocking thing that we've heard. Not the most shocking thing that we've heard. But it doesn't take away the disrespect nonetheless. It doesn't take away the flumflammery nonetheless. But then when it comes to a case where now your life is on the line or your life is in God's hands and all that kind of stuff, you would expect some kind of sympathy, you would expect some kind of understanding, but how can you be, how can it be given when you haven't, it's a give to receive thing.
But it's really just bad timing. So on me, I'm gonna get with the homies, the big homies, some of the little homies, and I'm gonna get with Blood family and help bury Blood. Throw some chips his way for the funeral and all that. But really, the big homies and my age and all the OGs know what it is with me. Know that I'm from West Side, Cedar Block, Bompton, Piru. I stand on that. I've been a solid my whole career. I done been at it with my own homies. I done been at it with Crips. It's LA. That's how it goes, the gang culture. A should know not to speak on certain shit, no matter what it is, whether it was relative to this situation or not. But I did, and so I got to stand on that, and I got to rectify the situation, make it right with all the little homies out there, because I know out there dying in these streets. I've been shot. I got dead homies. I know what it is, man. I got family that's dead, and I just know how this LA gang. I know how to go anyway, homie. So it's young. This is for the young. I'm talking to y'all. I know y'all niggas out there doing y'all active, and again, I mean no disrespect to the young homies, the YG homies, the OG homies already know what it is. I done talked to a few of them this morning. Know what it is, and it's just a simple mistake, but it got to be a man to stand on it, rectify the situation. I'm gonna do that. I talked to Manchester from Inglewood family. I talked to the homie Big Y. I talked to Wack 100 this morning, and I'm gonna reach out to a few more of the OG.
Wack was probably the worst person to talk to, thinking about this in hindsight, but this is like 2015, I believe, when this happened. So yeah,
homies, and some of the little homies, and just do whatever I got to do to make it right. I wasn't speaking on that situation directly. I ain't say Blood name. I ain't say no names. I ain't say no gangs. No nothing about that. But I understand the sensitivity and the timing. But like I said, I wrote that months ago. Had that in my phone. When I wrote that, Blood was still alive, so it ain't got nothing to do with him. But I get it. So I'm gonna rectify it. Like I said, I'm gonna get with Blood family and help bury Blood, and After that, I'm gonna be done with it again. All the little homies out there, man, no disrespect. The big homies, no disrespect. Nobody in the whole blood card, nigga. No gangsters, no LA gangsters, period. I know how this go, and I ain't disrespecting nobody out here. No Crips, no Bloods, no SAs, not even no non-affiliated, hard-working out here, man. It's LA, and I know what they do, all right?
The game decided to reach in its pockets and provide a $5,000 donation, helping raise Red Boy's GoFundMe to hit that 10K mark. In the meanwhile, the Inglewood families were going haywire following Red Boy's death. Shootings in the 60s were constant during the month of July, but in reality, the 60s had nothing to do with it. But the families, unsure of who it was, chose to go at their immediate enemies. Months later, in October of 2021, arrests were made in connection to Indian Red Boy's murder. 2 members of the neighborhood 50s, one from 5'7" and one from 5'5", were taken in and charged with first-degree murder. Initially, it was just those 2 on this murder case, until they chose to cooperate and tell detectives everything that transpired, revealing who the actual trigger man was.
Damn it.
Cab 5 is from the
Imagine going on a skit with your homies and they tell on you.
hundreds, specifically from UG Block's main clique on 105th. This hood is composed with tons of shooters, and Capone is one of their many young gunners. But unlike many other gang members in his age demographic, he doesn't crave social media shine. He has kept a very low profile, barely showing his face on the internet. He didn't want or need the extra attention. Very quiet, deadly type. He's alleged to have scored major points before turning the age of 18. As a troubled youth in a broken household, he was frequently in and out the halls, doing stints at Camp Kilpatrick. At 18, he was charged with evading police, carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, and unlawful firearm activity. He would end up bailing out in March of 2021, 4 months before he would kill Indian Red Boy. According to statements from 2 of the neighborhood 50 members, one of them lived in the same complex as Indian Red Boy. About a week earlier, the 2 had a hostile encounter at a local convenience store where words were exchanged. Indian Red Boy didn't know, but he was being watched. The member from 50s would give Capone the drop and additional intel regarding Red Boy's whereabouts. In the statement, the 50s would essentially distance themselves from the murder, putting most of the blame on Capone. For their cooperation in court testimonies, the 50 members would get their murder charges dismissed and reduced to assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm. They were both sentenced to 6 years in state prison. In November of 2024, Capone would be found guilty of first-degree murder and possession of a firearm. While he was awaiting sentencing, Capone would catch additional charges for his participation in a riot that occurred in the county jail. Those charges included battery by gassing a CO, using force or violence in a county jail.
That means that the COs threw the gas canister at him and that nigga Capone threw it back at the cop.
And carrying a dagger. Those new charges would eventually get dismissed, and Capone was ultimately sentenced to 29 years to life. Shortly after being sentenced, he'd catch a new charge for possession of a weapon, but end up getting it dismissed for lack of a speedy trial. Indian Red Boy had potential, but ended up falling victim to the streets. The families are still honoring his life until this day. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Man, big shout out to Hood War Stories, man. They always giving us good news reviews and getting out. You're not finna get nobody's college. We up out here to the next one, though. Y'all know the deal's red dots to the left. You know the rest. We are gone.
Protest air, Smith. We on the air. Protest air at our best. You know that, man. Off the air. You know what I'm saying? We out here, ground zero for the neighborhood hero. We got all 4 corners. TMC, the marathon definitely continue. Mr. Burger right here, live in the flesh. We out here, man. Trap news. You know that, nigga.
It's dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. That nigga ball like game 6. That nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bush and you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listen. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Frank is hella fake, I know what enemies intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.